First, yes, you are, Andrew. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, quickly announce we are going live. Fix this shit quick. AMC filing. How is everyone doing? I'm gonna announce I'm going live here in a second. Just gonna wait. We're gonna talk about the squeeze, this play, how it fucks the shorts. I've been looking at a lot of stuff lately on this vote, and I've been going back and forth, and finally I'm yes on everything, guys. I'm 100% yes on everything. Live now, so I'm gonna go into this so people can understand what this does for us. All right, let's go. I'm gonna start in about 2 seconds here. Alrighty, so God, this fucking pile of trash. Alrighty, so let's get into this here quick. So we're gonna talk about this ape filing, the conversion, everything that's going on. What Adam Aaron's gonna do, the dilution that will be coming afterwards, how it helps us, what it does to the short play, how it affects us, how I don't believe it fucks the MOAS in any way, shape, or form, honestly. I think it helps us in every way, shape, or form. I'm going to get into this in a second, but let's just go first. Let's go over the filing for a second. I know everybody's been watching people go over these filings, so I'm just going to kind of quick summarize these. So if you guys look at the filing, you got 1, 2, 3 proposals coming on. The first proposal, 1 second here, I think pull the topic quick. Alrighty, so the first proposal is to give them 550 million authorized shares. Now, this is shares that will be in what Adam Aaron called his war chest. This is shares that he can authorize. Everybody was panicking about these shares. Everybody was, this is the FUD that's going around right now. He's going to give 500 million shares out and we're fucked, and it kills the short squeeze and it kills the MOAS. And it's like, no, that's farther from the truth than any people could realize here. So, actually, before I get into that, the second one is about the 10-to-1 conversion. After we do the 10-to-1 split after we do the conversion. This is also about the conversion here. So when we do this 10-to-1 conversion, everything makes sense if you look at it from this point of view in a business sense. And then in the short squeeze, I'm going to show all these people why it's actually a good thing for us. So I'm not getting into 3 right now because I don't think it's going to fail anyways. So let's go right down into this. Adam Aaron will have 550 million shares. And before I even get into all the details here, I just want people to realize what that they're saying here. He's going to give it to hedge funds. He's going to fuck all of us over. And he's going to dump 500 million shares. Number one, that would never happen. How much money he would make if he dumped 500 million shares is insane. It wouldn't even make sense to do it at that rate. And you don't need multi-billions pay off the debt and still have 15 million billion dollars in debt or in the bank here. So for people saying that he was going to, I'll get into the math here. Let's get into some math quick. Let me get into the sketch pad here quick. I'm sorry. I'm extremely excited about this because I'm realizing now how, honest to God, I get why the shorts are scared as fuck. There's little Billy. So let's come over here. Now, when we do this conversion, one of the things I've been talking to people about a lot over this past month is getting ape shares right now, because if you do the conversion, there's a money-making opportunity there. You're getting more shares at a discount. The getting ape shares right now is insanely smart. You can see with AMC, they're having a very hard time pushing it down. They're having a pretty hard time. They can, at most, I can see them maybe pushing down to like 475, and they'll go right back up. It doesn't matter. They can only push AMC down so much. The cost to borrow is too high. There's not shares out there. As we keep seeing, there's like nothing. It's been bone-ass dry. You can't hear me? I'm just considering those guys fucking around. I'm not gonna... Dude, turn your volume up then, my friend. So, let's go back into this. Now, people were talking about Adam Aaron selling to these hedge funds. When it's like, let's look at the debt here. So you got 550 million shares that he can authorize, okay? Why would he do a 10-to-1 split? What that tells you is, all right, and I'm going to explain Antara now because it all makes sense. Everything makes sense when you look at the big picture. So 550 million shares is what he can issue after this. When we do the conversion and the split, you'll have 100, I think it was 42 or 144. Let me go look back. Like 144. I think it was 144 million. God damn it. Here's right here. Is 144 million and 743. All right, so you have 144 million, 313 and 43. Okay, whatever. So you got this here. This is our float size. Now, if you look over here, now this is what he has available to issue, okay? This is where everybody's freaking out. This is why all the FUD's going fucking ballistic. This is where everyone's going, squeeze dies, MOAS. I don't want Adam Aaron being able to do this, and everything's fucked. Okay, let's do math. Let's just look at all this from common sense and business perspective and squeeze perspective. Okay, so if you look over here right now, what I think Adam Aaron is going to do is he's going to issue, after this conversion, 105,800,000. So my number up here is actually incorrect. 988 shares of common. This is what I believe he will go ahead and issue right after. He'll bring us straight up to 250 even. Now, after this conversion, it's a 10-to-1 split. So the price of AMC, I'm guessing, let's just say it happens, tomorrow. Obviously, who knows what's going to happen with the price before that. Obviously, they can change a lot of things. But I'm guessing, it'll be around $63 to $65, unless they attack the shit out of it right now. Like I said, I can't really tell you the exact number because obviously a lot can happen until then. So, but let's just say it's $65. He sells at this. Obviously, he'll drop the price, and then he averages down. Let's say he sells it as an average of $57. Okay. Let me see what that would be. Okay, so that would be. Sorry, on there's fucking boom. 6. That would be $6 billion. Okay. He now has $6 billion he's going to pay his... so he's got like $6 billion. After paying this, he'll have like... what? 24 here. 998. 360. All right. Now he's made $6 billion by selling 105 million shares. What does this do? Well, let's look at it from the short squeeze play. Let's look at it from the MOAS play. First thing, cost to borrow will drop. Because why? There's going to be more shares available for a minute here. So we'll drop for a little bit. But this gets offset. Why? Because each new short position under the new CUSIP is going to be more expensive to open up a position. So each specific short you're going to open will now cost more because of the base price and everything else attached to it. Now, if you go over here and look, so like I said, cost to borrow will drop, and that's what everybody's going to focus on. All the shills, all the FUD will start like, oh my God, he killed the cost to borrow. Now they're just borrowing. Oh my God, he helped the hedge funds. Now, keep going on the short squeeze play here. So cost to borrow will drop, FUD will come over here, and everyone's going to go fucking crybaby. I'm telling you that right now. So when it happens, just ignore the shit out of it. So now he's got $6 billion, okay? He's going to go over, and everybody keeps asking, why didn't he just do a 10-to-1 on APE and then leave our AMC shares alone and do it this way? And we're going to get into Antara here in a second. because they get involved. And the only logical explanation for Antara was being able to get this opportunity for him. He wants. Oh, and well, here, let me go over this too, because this is a big deal. He's going to do. He does not, after this, need our permission to issue the rest of these shares. This will be, you saw, yes, everybody that's freaking out going, Adam Aaron has the ability to say we don't have to vote. He can do whatever he wants. He can kill the squeeze play and do all this stuff. So by issuing this out right here, this dilution, you already have $6 billion. You have enough, let's just say you put over $4 billion, okay, into your debt, onto your bonds to get these predatory lenders gone. Now, talking about this, let's get into Antara. There's no logical explanation that Adam Aaron would have sold at that cheap other than to be able to get this vote, to be able to get this opportunity, because it was part of the deal and all this. It was, everything's attached to this happening, yes, or at least trying to ask for it, blah, blah, blah. So the only thing I can think of is they're a predatory lender, and why did they want to do it? Everybody's sitting there going, well, Antara's going to go ahead and cover their short position, use all these shares, and blah, blah, blah. What I think they're going to do is they see the opportunity to make a shit ton of money. They got these shares at 68 cents, super fucking cheap, super cheap, the dream. We do the conversion, guess how much money they just made? A shit ton. Now what they're going to do is sell those ape shares. Everybody sits there and goes, they're going to take all those and cover their fucking shorts and it's over and we're fucked. No, they're going to sell it and make all that massive profit that they can. And then knowing them, they'll probably open up more shorts. And this is what I keep telling everybody. So everybody sits here with these MOAS and short squeezes, and any dilution ever is fucking bad because shorts will get this, they'll cover, they'll lend it out, it's over, it kills everything. No, that's just impatience. What will happen now is all of a sudden Adam Aaron, like I said, he pays off $4 billion worth of debt. Well, what he's going to end up getting there from that would be probably about 4.5, because he's paying off all this debt early. We know he's going to get all those massive discounts like he's always done before. So he'll pay this off. Say he pays off 4.5 billion, okay? He takes 2 billion, puts it in the bank. They're at like 2.4. They now have barely any debt. And so this should technically go back up. It's going to be a lot harder to drop AMC's price when the fundamentals, the company's out of debt. They have a war chest still, a massive war chest of hundreds of millions of shares that they can issue at $40, $50, $60. Now, if I'm a short, I'm scared shitless of this. You can get out of debt while still having an ability to raise billions. Just like that. My short thesis is not only dead, it's beyond fucked. Because you're now the #1 theater company as well. Theater, what did Adam Aaron just post today? Sorry, I'm not trying to watch the chat here for a second because I just want to go ahead and get this out quick before I go ahead and check the chats and all that. So what else did he say today? Taking retail. You got your credit cards launching. Still on track for Q1. Popcorn still on track for Q2. You now have new revenue streams coming in. The ones we've been waiting for. And now you're fucking debt free. And you have the ability to raise billions for your shareholders to now pretty much do whatever the hell you want with it. So if you need to pay off debt, if you need to buy more theaters, if you need to come up with more revenue streams, you can now buy these things and get those revenue streams. If you're a short, you would be scared shitless of this. Why would you short a company that has this ability? Now, when it comes back to this, like I said, the cost to borrow will go down. But it'll be harder to open up positions, so that cost to borrow will be offset. It'll be more expensive. Now, everybody's sitting there going, all right, let's get into the short squeeze again. Hedge funds. Hedge funds. Market makers. What they will do, everybody says, is they'll take these, let's just say he did 105 million shares, like I said. Everybody goes, they'll take these 105 million shares, buy them. Okay, well, good. If they do that, the price will, and they'll start covering their positions. Okay, let's just clear that up and show you guys how much that doesn't make sense. Now, let's say you're short AMC. Whether it's $5 right now or whether it's $50, it really, to them at this point, makes no difference. Like, if they were going to cover on these positions they already have open, they would start covering at this position. It's the same thing if they cover at this position. So we know that at $5, all of these hedge funds, they're not covering. They're not giving a fuck. They're not like, hey, I got to go get this now because all these shares are available. Every one of us can go out there and buy these shares. I guarantee, I mean, dude, I do it all the time. I order 2 lit exchanges all the time, and they get filled on lit exchanges. If hedge funds were going to go, oh man, this 100 million shares comes out, and now I'm going to go and buy these before retail. Retail's going to get an opportunity to buy these 105 million shares. And for us, it's not like this is an insane amount for us to buy. We can buy that amount pretty quickly. So these hedge funds now aren't going to go, well, these 105 million shares are available, and I can get it down to $50 or $46, and now we're going to cover. They've gotten it down to like $4.60, $4.70. They didn't cover then. Why? They have these things called egos. This is why I've been telling everybody, these dilutions don't kill the short squeeze. Especially if the guy who does the offering does it properly. If they raise a shit amount of cash by smart dilution. The only reason you would do a 10-to-1 reverse split, the only reason is you're going to dilute, and now you can dilute at a massive amount. The only reason you would do a 10-to-1 is because you can raise billions by giving out 100 million shares. And now after you do this, your float is smaller. New investors, new outside people are going to want to invest in your company now. Why? Because you're a #1 movie theater chain. You just raised billions. You paid off your debt. You have ammo in the bank. And not only ammo, you have ammo to raise billions. Again, because you still have hundreds and hundreds of millions of shares. Now, if you're a CEO, and everyone goes, well, he's on their side, he's going to help them out. If you're a CEO, you did this offering here, you paid off all of these predatory lenders that are fucking you right now. They're controlling everything for AMC. They're fucking them. They have control. They owe them billions of dollars. These bonds are predatory. This is what they do. This is what short and distorts do. If he kicked them all out, paid off these debts, and basically owed them fucking nothing at this point, why would he then in turn go, hey, I don't owe you a fucking thing, but I'm going to go ahead and give you 25 million shares. Okay, well, even if he sells them the 25 million shares, it's going to be at a massive rate like this. It's going to be at $50. It's going to be at $40, even if he gives them a discount. Okay, so if he does 25 million shares at that, that's a huge amount of money. He's still getting. It's not like it was doing when it's, all right, I'm giving these guys 68-cent fucking ape, and I only raise 100 million shares. It's, all right, even if I'm giving my little buddy a discount over here, which, yeah, we'll all get fucking pissed because he shouldn't obviously be doing that. But if he does, it's still going to be, he's still going to be making so much money, it's fucking ridiculous for the company. Now everyone's going to go, like I said, when it comes to the short squeeze, this doesn't kill it. Everyone goes, well, this fucks their squeeze. No, it doesn't at all. People are buying ape like fucking crazy. Retail will still have control after we do this. Now they're going to be all these people, I'm not buying, I've already been buying. Okay, well, let me explain something to you. If you want a short squeeze, you have an opponent. You have somebody you're trying to squeeze. So, what's he going to do? What's your opponent going to do? He's going to keep spending. He's going to keep spending money. He's going to keep spending money. He's going to keep spending money because he has one goal. I either need this to work or I'm fucking dead. So what do you got to do? You got to keep spending money. Keep spending money. Keep spending money at the play. towards fucking up the short. So everybody that goes, well, AMC, we gave them all this money. Do you think that your opponent right now are going, man, I spent all this money on fucking AMC. I'm just going to give up to these guys. They're just too powerful. No, he's going to keep doing it until he can't anymore. So for people going, I've already bought enough ape. I'm not going to go ahead and support AMC. I'm not going to buy their merchandise. I'm not going to go see movies. I'm not going to buy this popcorn extra shit. I'm not going to do any of that. I've done enough for him. Well, he now needs to do what he can do for the company as a CEO. Because this is the thing people keep doing. He's raising capital. He's finding out ways to do this. He's coming with new revenue streams. Like I said, he's fucked up. Adam Aron's fucked up. Like I said, Antara is fucked up. That situation was fucked up. And the only explanation, if you zoom out, is to get this. He paid a little bit to be able to make billions. To be able to make billions. He said, fuck it. These predatory lenders are already fucking me. So what's me doing one more deal with them to be able to raise billions and get the fuck out of here? Just get them the fuck out of the picture. That's what we need. We need these dudes out of the picture. Once AMC does this, pays off billions, their credit goes up. They have, like I said, there's so much shit that this opens up for AMC. And by doing that, now if I'm a short guy and I'm looking over going, all right, they did this. They can now raise billions. They can now literally raise a couple more billion anytime he wants. They have billions in the bank. He can go out and buy all these movie theaters, start closing down shittier ones like crazy. They have new revenue streams coming in. Streaming, there's another law that's coming in right now on streaming. I don't know if you guys have been paying attention to it, but it has to do with them being able to pretty much do whatever they want. They're now going to have rules and regulations on streaming services as well, so that will hurt the streaming industry. But this would be, if I was a short, this would be why I want to cover. Everybody's focusing on 100 million. That 100 million, like I said, the average, it's still going to be like on the shorts currently now, like they bought it at 5, 4, which we already see they didn't do that before. So everybody going, they're going to just do this. The second they do this, they're going to buy all these shorts. We're fucked. No. What's going to happen is he's going to pay down a shit ton of fucking debt. That's going to make the fundamentals of the company go up. More people are going to buy in. More investors are going to buy in. More institutions are going to buy in. It might go down. Of course. They're going to keep shorting it. But it makes it more expensive for them. And right away, like I said, this 105 million shares, this isn't an insane amount of shares. We can buy that up, and guess who they need to borrow it from? Well, we're not going to keep borrowing it to them. So they're going to have to go to fucking institutions. Like I said, this isn't an insane amount, 105 million. But the amount of money it can raise, like I said, if you don't understand him paying off the debt, like I said, if I was a short seller right now, why am I super scared of AMC? Why do I feel the need to cover? Let's be honest. It's not like they have a shit ton of money. They're burning money. They have ape and they're able to raise capital, of course. But they're able to raise a small amount at a time, or they need to keep on doing this. Like I said, they'll get to cash flow positive. But until that moment, if I'm a short, my thesis is still there. I can still keep squeezing it down. We'll keep bashing it up, and eventually, like I said, this gives him a reason to fucking cover. If I'm a short now, I'm going, holy fuck, and now what's the difference between this and GameStop? Well, GameStop fucking did it, and they're over. He has the ability, after doing this, let's just pretend he sold all 400 fucking million of his shares here. Float became 550 million. First of all, the dude would make like 17 billion, if not more than that. If they all sold, obviously. In what world would a CEO go, I need to try and raise $17 billion in one sitting? None. But he's got this as backup. So if I'm a short, I'm going, well, he's got the ability to raise billions. Like I said, my short thesis is dead. The company now has the ability to do whatever the fuck it wants. They don't have to ask shareholders. People look at it and go, well, that's bad for us. If I'm a short, I'm more scared that they don't have to ask. Why? Because they can now literally raise money at any point. Anytime they look over and go, hey, fuck, Stock's at 70 bucks again. $75, 60 bucks. And I go, oh, let me drop 5 million. And if I'm a short, people are like, oh, but there's stock. Okay, so now let's pretend everybody goes, all right, so let's pretend short hedge funds, he drops 5 million more. Short hedge funds, they're buying the shit out of this. Okay, well, that adds to demand. This should raise the price. Doesn't help them. Maybe they're buying this to cover to get the fuck out because they realize if this happens and they have this ability to raise this amount of capital, holy fuck. Why would I short that company? Again, only because I have to. That's why. Because I'm in it so deep, I'm fucked. I'm in it so deep, I have no choice. But like I said, right now, if I'm an AMC short, I'm not fucking nervous about the company. I'm not nervous about my short position. I'm going to keep doing it with my mass amount of fuckers. I'm going to keep letting Citadel and the market makers do whatever the fuck they got to do to keep it down until they get exposed. But like I said, people are looking over going, well, if you sold 105 million shares, the short squeeze was over. No, like I said, every one of these new positions costs more to open. The cost to borrow will go down, yes. But the base price will go up. And then once this 105 million is gobbled up, now let's go down a month or two down the road. Now, this is gobbled up. So we're at 250 million, okay? This is all gobbled up. AMC just paid down $4.5 billion. They're now credit cards out. Credit cards out. Popcorn's out. Let's say they do more merchandise. Let's say he comes up with some more stuff. Now you're going to have FOMO coming in. FOMO coming in. People are going to look over and go, holy fuck. This is still a smaller float than we ever had. This means it's more volatile. It's going to go up higher. Now we're going to get into the people that go, my share numbers. Let me ask you this. During a MOAS, okay, let's just pretend it's MOAS. Let's say it's fucking squeezing, it's going nuts, prices freaking skyrocketing, everything's going crazy. You can sell, let's just to make it easy, okay? Let's say you're selling 2,000 shares, okay? Do you think it's going to be easier to sell that share of 2,000? Or do you think it'd be able to fill an order of 200? Which one do you think will get filled first? And let me say this too. If you are, when you sell during MOAS, go to Lit Exchange. Direct route. Because you will sell your order first. And obviously, if your order's sitting there pending and trying to get filled, seconds could be a lot of money. A lot of you guys have thousands of shares. Seconds, minutes. This could be a lot of fucking money. So make sure you sell to Lit Exchange when you do your sell order too as well. Just want to put that out there. But now, everybody looking over like, all right, well, this 2,000 shares, blah, 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 this. I can see this getting partially filled. Now you need to do it again. Hopefully it gets filled again. Maybe it gets partially filled again. Now you're losing money. This one is easier to sell. The way I told everybody to look at it. You have 5, okay, let's say it's 5 shares or 1. You have 5 pieces of bronze. And then you have 1 piece of gold. The value for those 5 pieces is a lot. It's the same as the piece of gold. But it's a lot harder to probably go online or go wherever you got to go and sell all 5 of those pieces to get the same value as you would that 1 piece of gold. Guess how much easier it's going to be to sell that 1 item. Now, everybody's worrying about the prices that it has to get to because the float is lower. It has a way better chance of getting to those massive numbers. It's harder to come by those shares. People look over at GNS. Go over at GNS. I think it was what? I think the float was like 16 million or something when it first started. It's now up to 37 million. because they have been a lot of convertible notes. Went over and they went ahead and they got triggered, which added basically the float. So the float is already basically doubled in GNS, but as you can see, it's very low. So you're seeing these big spikes. You're seeing these $1.50 moves, the $1.50 moves on not as much volume. It's because the float is lower. They're going to move faster. They're going to move down lower, faster, higher, faster. So everyone going nuts about, well, fuck, I'm not going to have as many shares. Who cares? That might not be a good thing. Some of you guys have 15, 16,000 shares. When's if you go put that order out and it fills 1,000? You go back out, you put another one. It's doing partial fills, partial fills, partial fills. And by the time, think of how much money you could be losing in between each partial fill. So everyone's thinking this is the end all because of my number of shares. I need more numbers of shares to get the stock and all the stuff that I need to hit. It's just like, you also need the ability to sell more of those shares. That's what nobody talks about. Well, they need to also be selling now all of these shares to hit that one piece of gold. What happens if all these people are out there selling, your shit's getting partial filled, and then they start filling other people's orders that are cheaper than yours because they're going to keep doing that. And you're losing money, because you need to sell 5 to get to the 1. And if you are in GNS, like I said, make sure you guys are watching this shit because y'all killed AA. You all killed Antara. What a piece of shit. Man, those convertible notes by Silver Lake and then the Mudricks, and he gave them all this shit. This CEO has already doubled the fucking float through the same exact shit AA had to deal with that we killed him on. You ruined our squeeze. All these convertible notes were triggered. That's your problem. But then we give this guy a pass over on the GNS because why? Well, he's fighting shorts. So I don't care. We don't care about this. We don't care if he wants to dilute. He bought a fucking resort and all this stuff. Look at this resort. Look at the profit the company's making also. Wait, they're not making any money. He's also talking about what? Doing all sorts of stuff that's going to take months. Just to start it. Just to start stuff. And then you'll be into legal battles. Like I said, if you're in GNS and you think that this shit's going to pop and it's going to cause a short squeeze real soon, like I said, you're going to keep seeing FOMO. Because why? He keeps coming out with these new little schemes, like the hotels here and all this stuff. And like I said, I'm not dogging the thing. But like I said, people killing AA, start killing this guy too. Don't just give him a pass because he's out publicly fighting shorts. Look at also the motives behind this guy. Like I said, you guys, just watch. Just watch on this GNS. Just be very careful with these CO blocks. Please, be very careful with these. I have a feeling you're going to be seeing a lot of bags here. You're going to see a lot of profit, and people aren't going to take it. And then by the time they look to, you're going to see a lot of dilution. A lot of dilution. And I mean, if you look at the company itself, like, what the fuck? It's just like an online thing. They're not generating money. They try and teach you how to be a successful business when they're not one themselves. Like I said, the hotel, we'll see how profitable that is. Like I said, and he's trying to do a spinoff with the hotel to kind of hide it. Like I said, GNS and stuff. Like I said, make sure you guys are looking at this shit with GNS, for real. But yes, it can keep going up because the float's super low, and if FOMO keeps coming in, yes, it will keep going up for a little bit, and it will keep making money, and you will keep making money along it. But like I said, don't just go in it for a long-term short squeeze. And well, I can't say don't go in it, but like I said, just be fucking careful. Be very careful. I'm seeing a lot of sketchy stuff going on over here. I'll get into that in a minute. I'll make another thing. But let's get back into AMC, the short squeeze. Like I said, retail showed the power of buying. We can buy these up pretty fucking quick. Now, at that point, cost to borrow will start to go right back up. And now your base on these short positions is more expensive to continuously open. So now you're 2 months down the road, 3 months down the road. Let's just say it's $50. I don't care. 50, 60, whatever it is. Now 70, who cares? Whatever it is, now the cost to borrow. Because at this point, retail's pretty much bottom all up. This won't be out there very long. Trust me. This isn't going to last very long. So now cost to borrow will start rising again. Cost to borrow will start rising again. And it's more expensive to open one. And it's more expensive to close. New positions. A new single position. Like I said, this will continuously make it harder for shorts. It will kill the short thesis. It'll get AMC debt free. It will scare them off because he has a war chest still. Even after diluting 105 million, he would still have a war chest of over 300 million shares. 400 million shares, sorry. He would still have over 400 million shares. That if he goes, if it's worth it and it's smart to make this extra money real quick, you can dilute 5-10 million and make a fuck ton of money. I mean, like I said, it probably won't even need to fucking do that. Because if we do this for them, AMC will probably look over and go, all right, we should be almost cash flow positive with I feel like these credit cards should make up quite a bit of money. That popcorn, like I showed you guys, it's 86% profit. Popcorn should kill it. They should start being profitable by, I feel like, by Q3. At this point, like I said, now you're down the road. Your cost of borrow on short squeeze, your short positions, like I said, to close a single one now, it costs more. To open a single one now, it costs more. Baby, please. Sorry, Murphy busted in the room. So now we're at this point, like I said, AMC's debt free. AMC now has the ability to buy. Here's the other thing people aren't talking about. If they have billions and billions and billions, they get out of debt. They still have $2 billion in the bank, okay? Let's just say he looks over and he goes, all right, we are going to be profitable. Inside of this as well, it talks about a dividend, affecting stock dividends. You come over here quick, though. Like I said, if you're short, like, how would you ever think about shorting this fucking company anymore? They have 400 million more at their disposal. You're shorting a company that literally can't go bankrupt. You're shorting a company that's getting closer and closer and closer to profitability. Now, they can use this money as well, get more revenue streams that they can't afford to get into now. And in the end of the day, it's all about money. He can keep having this inside of their bank, 2 billion, whatever he needs. Like I said, the ability to raise 5 more million shares and make hundreds of millions if he needs it. Now he can go invest in more movie theaters, because this is the other thing people are like, why the fuck is he buying movie theaters? The mine he obviously thought was going to be a big thing, and like he said, the day he bought it. Farther down the future, he believes they're going to find gold, get all that, and it will make them money in the future. Everybody focuses on that and goes, well, he's not going to do it smart or do anything. I'm not going to defend the mine. I mean, like I said, I didn't buy the mine stock. I didn't get the mine unless he was going to back it by this. Maybe he sees what's happening with the dollar and he's looking around like, all right, gold's obviously, the price is going up higher and higher. The demand, you look at around the world, all those other countries are buying the fuck out of it as well. So if they do strike oil, if they do strike some veins, dude, you're feeling real fucking good. But he's now going to be able, like I said, he can now look at more revenue streams. If he needs this at any point to buy new theaters. Everybody goes, why is he buying theaters and closing old ones? Because they are a movie theater chain. Now, how do movie theater chains make money? They have more theaters profiting than not. That is how movie theaters make money. He's trying to get the cash burn down as much as he can. Every time he buys more theaters, he always says the same thing. This one theater is outperforming 5 to 10 of our other ones. If he can get this cash burn down, debt-free, profitable, said this is all possible with this move. And I feel like Adam Aaron looked at the Antara situation, used it to get this vote. Looked over and goes, hey, they will have, what was it, like 17% pre or whatever. They're going to have a shit ton of voting power. I can have them for the vote. I can now get my vote to pass. They can go ahead and make a ton of money on the conversion for doing this for me. They're going to sell on conversion. Everyone's so worried about Antara staying on the board and Antara fucking trying to fuck it up and Antara trying to take over. That's not what they're trying to do. They're not trying to take over. They just have a massive, massive opportunity to make a shit ton of money on the conversion. A shit ton. So of course they're going to say yes. Like I said, this is the only reason why Adam Aaron would have done this deal with Antara. Only reason why is to get this vote to pass, to get all of these shares, get these fucking predatory lenders out of his fucking company with these fucking bonds that are destroying them. And now, 2 months down the road, when he gets his popcorn, he's got debt free. Guess what else he's not paying? Interest. He's not paying millions in interest. Now, if I'm a short, I'm looking over like, what the fuck am I shorting this for? Instead, everybody sits there and they look at this one thing. God, he's going to dilute 105 and instantly go, he'll give it to hedge funds. And that's it. No matter what, he's going to help them and fuck us out. And then they go, the hedge funds are going to buy them. Unless he's doing backdoor private deals with hedge funds, they're not going to buy up this 105 million he would, let's say you do it, and close their positions. Or they already would have. And by doing that again, it will raise the price, the demand, everything else. So this will not kill the short squeeze. If you're a CEO and you did this number right here, for my company, if I raised billions of dollars in one day, basically wiped out 80 to 90% of my debt. Predatory debt, not just debt, horrible debt. I got that the fuck out of there. That's one less thing for these guys to focus on. One less thing for AA and the company to focus on with interest, with bonds, with debt, all that shit. Now all they need to do is start focusing on nothing but revenue streams going forward. Making it as profitable as it can. Now, you have a number one theater chain. If the number one theater chain. People going, well, it didn't help GME. Is GME the number one electronics store? No. Is GME super profitable? No. Are they burning money? Yes. Are they going back to the same business model that's failing that I originally shorted them in the first place? Yes, because their NFT flopped, marketplace flopped. So they're going back to old video game systems. Old systems, used games, collectibles. Now, if I'm a short squeeze, I'm in this play, I'm looking over like, am I scared of the company's fundamentals? Fuck no. They're the same that basically it started when I fucking got involved. And that's why I'm saying everyone, all these, like Morant's rants, oh, who gives a fuck? Oh, AMC's so bad. God, Adam Aaron, fuck you, blah, blah, blah. Focus on your CEO, bro. He's burned, billions of dollars to come up with all this shit that flopped to come up with the same old fucking business model. So if I'm a short in GameStop and I'm looking over at them going, well, they're debt free. Well, they're also not making money yet. They're also not doing anything to scare me. So I'm not going to fucking cover. They also did a reverse split. They're doing all these things to try to get retail. They tried to get retail back in it. And retail didn't super go buy up GME once it went down in price. Because all these things that he tried to do, they flopped. He got back to the same thing, and now, like I said, if I'm a short in GameStop, I'm not going, fuck, I gotta cover. Give me a catalyst to make me want to. They're not the number one anything. You got what? Best Buy, Target, Amazon, what? Walmart. Dude, you got Facebook Marketplace. You can go get electronics You can get used games. You can do used consoles. You'll get more money on Facebook Marketplace if you sell your used console, your used anything. You'll get it more on Facebook Marketplace than you will at GameStop. And what's GameStop going to do? We're going to give you like 1/5 of the price. Or you can get store credit for 2/5 of the price. Everyone's going to go, nope, I'll just go to Facebook Marketplace and get $200 for a fucking PS4, PS5, whatever. Like I said, they're not a super scary business to me. But if AMC is debt-free from this offering, they're the #1 theater fucking chain. They're expanding and getting more and more and more partnerships across the board. They have billions in the bank. They have the ability with 400 more million shares, which he would never drop. But this alone right here, I'm telling you right now, if I was a short and I saw a company had 400 fucking million shares to raise capital after they got basically, I mean, he could, like in that scenario, obviously, I said he would keep $2 billion and move it over. If he felt the need, obviously he could pay off the rest of the debt here. Not put the 2.4 billion in the bank. Could obviously bank this about 1.9 billion. So, I mean, he could do whatever he wants at that point. But if I'm a short, I'll send, let's just say, debt-free or close to. Their cash burn's going down. Popcorn. Credit card. They got clothes now. New merch coming. Saudi Arabia. They are the 10th highest IMAX grossing. So he's going to also get 10 new theaters in Saudi Arabia that are super nice with the partnership of 7. Now, the reason why these theaters matter, why these theaters are important, other than the fact that they are the 10th highest grossing in IMAX, Saudi Arabia is using their brand. They're using AMC's brand. AMC cost, they did no startup cost because all of these theaters are 7. Inside 50 theaters of 7, they will now be renamed AMC. They will use AMC's logo. They will have AMC's popcorn, food, and they'll have AMC's, I mean, I don't know if they'll have the ticket stubs and all that, but they'll have basically everything AMC has. But 7 will have their employees there. 7 will be responsible for the theater, but they will keep paying AMC for using their brand name. So AMC in these theaters has no up cost. It's just pure profit. So that's sweet. Now you're looking over here again. Now, like I said, where are we at here? So now you're looking at this. So now you have more streams. He can now, with this money that we just gave him, the billions, you can look over and go, all right, now he's getting more theaters that are profitable. Because the thing is, you guys, he can get these theaters at discounts like fucking crazy. Everyone's hurting. You guys look across, I mean, you're talking, all these companies in these industry is talking about bankruptcy. Why? Because they don't have the ape army. They don't have the ability to raise cash like we're going to keep doing. Everybody sits there, and this is the thing. This is the one thing I hate people saying. Here it is. I don't care about AMC. I don't care about saving them. Anyone who cares about this is a shill and just works for AA. Well, let me ask you a question real quick. If AMC keeps burning money, if let's just pretend everything goes wrong, okay? Let's just say Adam Aaron comes out, the popcorn flops, okay? Let's say popcorn flops. Let's say nobody does the credit cards. Let's say movies are super underwhelming this year. People aren't going to them, whatever. They're burning cash, and the company continues to struggle. Well, what this means now is Adam Aron's going to have to keep issuing APE to raise money, which eventually it'll get to a point where institutions and your shorts can buy up all this APE, then convert, buy APE at 68 cents. Suddenly they have a shit ton of APE to cover their thing. They vote to convert, because now at this much, 68 cents, you can buy millions of apes. Cheap as fuck. And they will. And then they'll vote to convert it and go, all right, now we have AMC shares long. A shit ton of them. So that's going to happen if we don't do it. And AMC struggles up and APE's not successful, or it keeps going down after this, because they're going to keep hammering APE. I'm telling you right now. If we say no to everything, they will continuously hammer APE. AMC is going to struggle for a little bit. They're going to keep raising cash, but you're going to keep seeing these deals that you guys can't fucking stand. You're going to keep seeing these predatory lenders get this shit at discounts until they can get to cash flow positive. That's what they're going to do. So, people that say, I don't care about this, I don't care about that, fundamentals don't matter. But for this play. Well, the reason fundamentals matter is, guess what? This Antara deal y'all fucking hate so much, it's because AMC's fundamentals are trash right now. They're in a lot of debt. They have a lot of problems going on. You improve their fundamentals to the point where the company is, like I said, with just this alone, debt-free, a lower float than it currently is now. If I'm a brand new investor, if I'm a institution, and I see the floats cut in half, and the company, their fundamentals not only jumped, what, 800%? That's suddenly an attractive stock to me. On top of that, it has Ape Army backing it. It will still have high short interest. Why? Again, just because he lets out 105 million, if he does it and we start scooping this up, why does everybody just assume this will go straight to a hedge fund? If we start scooping the shit out of this up, why do you think, again, why does everybody look over at this and go, 105 million shares are available now, hedge funds will scoop them up. Hedge funds will start buying them and covering their stuff at cheap. They'll wait till it's like $3-4, and then they'll start buying them. They can do that now. They can do that now if they got it down to that price. Like I said, do a direct order to a lit exchange. It'll go through. Baby, give me that pen. That's what he's chewing on. Sorry, I was like, what is he eating, man? He was chewing on a pen. I didn't want him to get ink all in his mouth. All right, so this 105 that everybody thinks is like, oh, this is the answer for the short. All this does right now, I'll tell you what this does for them. How does this help them for a second? It drops the cost to borrow because more shares are available, and people now have shares again to relend under the new CUSIP. Jesus Christ, that all right, this thing is ridiculous right now. So, like I said, a lot of people keep asking me, this too, let me go into this quick before I keep going. A lot of people keep asking me, you know, they all know this changes. I'm sorry. Stupid ass. All right, so this changes for them. And a lot of people say, what's going to happen to the shorts? Do they have to cover? Do they have to cover because all this changes over? This is what I believe happens. This is what I believe is going to happen. A lot of times when you see this, you'll see a quick spike. What do I think that spike is? I don't think it's shorts covering. I don't. A lot of people think that, you know, you'll see these little quick moves on like these spin-offs. I think those are brokers. What it is it's brokers who have given out phantom shares, and they need to cover those shares before all this switches over and they give out the new stuff. I don't believe it's shorts covering. Now, what's going to happen when we did APE? They split the shorts of AMC. Yeah, all of a sudden you were over here, you were short. Let's say you had 100 shares of AMC. You are now short 100 shares of APE. The value of each one was cut in half. So the value on each one of these, I'm sorry, I did this wrong. So the value of, let's say it was originally, you had 100 shares of AMC short at, I don't know, $5. You had $500 worth of value. They switch it over here. You now have 250 here value at the 100, 250 here at the 100. Okay, so what I think is going to happen with this, under the new ID, they will switch over ape shorts. They'll switch over AMC shorts, the new ID, or CUSIP. They will now do the value of those shorts will transfer over. It will be the same. The amount of short positions that they have open, let's say they had 100 open, they will now be 10. But those 10 shares of short position value will equal the same value of the 100 shares. So their short position value does not change, okay? But what it does now is when they want to open new positions, like I said, going forward, it makes it more expensive for them to do that. So going forward, like I said, I believe this makes it harder for the shorts, and all anyone's going to do right away is focus on the cost of borrow going down. They're not going to look at the bigger picture of it being more expensive to open a new one. So what this does to shorts, it's not going to force them to cover, but it will make the brokers cover. Now, why do I say that? I believe you could see a big spike in this. Why? Because of what happened with Ape. When Ape came out, day one, what was it, 43 million FTDs? These did not get covered. These did not get covered. Not only that, you had how many people that still never got their shares? They didn't get shares. Instead, they gave out the value of the shares. They basically sold shit off. I mean, they literally were supposed to all come out on the same day. And what did they do? Well, this broker's going to give them out on this day. This broker's going to give them out on this day. This broker's going to go on this day. On this day. Why? Because they needed more people that had lending on so they could start filling these FTDs. What else did they do? They went over, just like in the Overstock lawsuit, and they said, all right, let's do this on these FTDs. Let's continuously reset them. Let's continuously push them back on 8. So what happened is you had a sham reset. Now this would be, instead of Hassan, this will be the side of the broker. So you have a broker. Then drive me nuts. All right, so you have a broker coming over to a banker and saying, hey, we have these 43 million FTDs. Well, he doesn't specifically. Let's say this broker alone has 1 million FTDs of 8, okay? He's going to come over here. He's going to open up a master agreement. And what he can do to reset these is go over to this banker, open up a master agreement. He'll slap on a credit support annex, and he will do well, actually, now he will do a deposit. Let me see here. So at this time, though, most of these shorts, they would have done that. So yes, they would have hit a credit support annex. But what that means is they would have put down 10% value of the contract, okay? So they're looking at it going, I can open up a master agreement for X amount of money, which like I said, let's just say it was like 4 or 5 million. If they went over and got the Ape at that price or whatever, and they opened it with these options, use those options to cover the shares, this price right here is going to be way less expensive than if they would have went in and bought those million shares. So they just said, fuck it, FTD them, reset the FTDs, the sham closeouts, sham resets. 4 break show. If it ever gets to that point, we will just go ahead and reset it. Now, if you want to go ahead and read this, this is how you do it. You open up a flex option. And then on top of that, you're going to open up a buy right, it's called. And then you will wash sale it. You will use the wash sale to cover the flex option shares. And by doing that, you are closing out a new long position according to this, but you're really not closing out anything. So I'm not going to get into all the specifics because I know a lot of people, if you don't understand this, I'm not going to throw you way off here. We still have a lot to go over. So now if you look over here, like I said, so these brokers, that 43 million FTDs, they didn't fucking fill them. They didn't. I still believe that there's a shit ton of FTDs because you got to think about it too. How many people never even got their shares of APE that should have? They didn't count them as FTDs. Let me ask you this. If they gave out all APE on the same day, instead of it being 43 million, how many FTDs do you think there would have been? Would 100 million? 70 million? If they would have had added all other countries around the world like they should have, if they would have got their shares, how many FTDs would have went out on day one of APE? Like I said, these brokers they have some shares and shit they need to cover. They don't get obligation warehouse bullshit like all these other market makers. They don't get exemptions on this stuff. They are the people that will move the price up either right before the conversion or right after. Now, when a lot of people are looking over like all these other, they're going, well, why didn't they cover on these ones? I don't think there's another stock out there. There's not another stock out there like AMC with these guys. There's not another stock out there like AMC where you have market makers. Dude, let's just look right now. And this doesn't, I don't even think, believe tracks every single one of them. Let's just look at this. Short exempt volume. You have millions and millions and millions and millions of AMC short exempts. 3 years. I mean, there's no way in hell with as many investors as we have. AMC's float hasn't been bought over, I don't even know how many times. I cannot, honest to God, believe that it hasn't been bought over at least once. Or, I mean, like, one more time completely. You have years and years of pressure on AMC. You have brokers for years selling you guys OTC shit that they shouldn't even be giving you. Why? Because the market maker that they work with will fill your order from 203B. So before this is even technically filled, slaps you that, he's giving you the IOU. This is, how do I say this without trying to manipulate stock? The thing is, I'm just not even gonna get into that. Let's just go into something else here. So let's get back into the short squeeze play and all this stuff. So once again, let's pretend everything went through, okay? It's 2 months from the offering. He raised his billions of dollars. He raised, what did we get to? I can't remember what it was. It was like $6 billion or whatever. What the hell was it? Blah, blah, blah. It was like 6.3 billion or whatever he came up with. So at this point, it's 2 months down the road. He raised all this money. Now let's get back into the FUD that people like to do. Now let's say I'm Adam Aaron. All right. So I gave out my 105 mil. I raised, what was it, like 6 billion. We paid off 4.2. Well, actually, this was actually 6.1. Basically close enough. All right, so we paid off 4.2 billion. We got our discount. 4.7 billion. Let's just say you went up to about 400 million. No, it's be about. So we got 400 million left on bonds. All right, so now everybody going, Adam Aaron's going to just dilute and just destroy the short squeeze. Now, if I'm Adam Aaron and I have 400 million shares I can authorize. I just did all this stuff. I got all my predatory lenders out. Predatory lenders are out. My credit rating went up. And if I really gave a fuck, I could probably refinance this 400 million for a better rate. Blah, blah, blah. Basically make this or push it out to where debt is literally gone. Now, if I'm Adam Aaron, still have $2 billion. So we still have $2 billion in the bank. My new revenue streams are coming out. Explain to me. I'm going to look at the chat after this again. Now, explain to me if you're Adam Aaron. Why would you do a private deal at this point to help out all these people? Oh, he's going to help them out. Why would you do a private deal to help them out anymore? What would that benefit you as a person? How does that benefit you as a CEO? How does that benefit you? Because you got to realize, Adam Aaron has a shit ton of AMC shares. Now, everybody talks about he can't sell during MOAS and blah, blah, blah. Okay, if I'm Adam Aaron, and if that's the case, what do I want to do if I'm Adam Aaron? I want to make my company fundamentally strong. Why? Because if I could get my stock price naturally raised up, I'm making a fuck ton more money every time the stock goes up. So when Adam Aaron and AMC benefit, he benefits. What's good for AMC is good for Adam Aaron. Everyone's going to go, well, he can get paid off by the hedge funds. Yes, but is he going to get paid off enough by the hedge funds compared to what he could make? Like I said, everybody knows, well, you can't sell during the MOAS, they say. I've never seen a fucking thing in my life that says these guys can't sell when the stock price goes way the fuck up. And if that's the case, his goal then would be get it as high as it can. So he's not going to go over to hedge funds and go, all right, for no fucking apparent reason, I'm going to go ahead and give you a deal on that 400 million. He's going to say, fuck that. The reason he's giving all these shit out is because he's giving them to who? This is what nobody's talking about. He's giving them to the lenders. He's giving them to people that have the notes, convertible notes. The people that have leverage on Adam Aaron. By doing this, you got them out of the company. You no longer have this leverage on Adam Aaron. He actually has it on you. Because now he has all of this money. He has a company that's going to be getting closer and closer and closer to cash flow positive. He has the ability to issue more if he needs to. Or if he sees an opportunity like, holy fuck, I can buy out this theater chain. Let me go ahead and just issue 5 million shares. If he does that, revenue goes way up, cash burn goes way down. It is great for the company. And that fundamentally will go ahead and cancel out the shorting. Or they're only going to be able to short this shit so much when it's, like I said, look at this point, the situation you're in is better than you've ever had it. Just because people look over here and go, well, the 105 million he diluted gives them momentarily the ability to grab some shares that they can already grab, that they're not grabbing now. Like I said, if they wanted to go ahead and send an order to a direct fucking lit exchange, they can do it now. They can fill it now. They're not going to go out there and, like I said, just because of this happens, this doesn't benefit these guys. But AMC paying off their debt, now the stock price can go way the fuck up. Now you can get FOMO back in. The short percentage is still going to be fucking high unless these guys suddenly go in and start buying. It's not like the short percentage is going to go, oh man, the short percentage is low now. No. Short percentage is going to be still high as fuck. Cost to borrow. The shorts will be transferred over. AMC shorts plus ape shorts. The short squeeze percent is still high as fuck. Chances of going broke which makes it so they win tax-free. The chances of them now going broke, AMC, 0. The chances of that now, the chances of your investment going to 0 is gone. It's 0%. There is no way you're going to, at this point, if AMC does this, we go ahead and give it to them. They pay off the debt. They get some more, like I said, revenue streams. They do things they couldn't have done before because we were handcuffing them. This changes everything, you guys. This changes everything in this play. Like I said, all these continuous, I'm just trying to read the chat for a second. All the same arguments I keep seeing are the same thing. Adam Aaron's going to give it to them. Adam Aaron has given it to these tool bags. Adam Aaron has given it to these predatory lenders because they have leverage. I'm not sticking up for the idiot. That's why. It's just why. It's because he owes them billions of fucking dollars and he has leverage on them. And they're looking over. Like I said, get these fuckers out of the company. Get them out of here. Just get them the fuck out of here. And this is how we do it. So, show me where if he dilutes 105 million, raises these billion, that's going to instantly go to hedge funds. Show me that this gives them incentive to now go out and grab this. Why the fuck would they go grab this? You paid off debt. Fundamentals of AMC completely change. You now have more buying in. You now have institutions buying in. That wouldn't have been doing this, even close to thinking about this. So guys, this completely changes everything. There's no more, I'm going to just die with the company or squeeze. It's, after this, it's either AMC has 0 chance of dying. AMC has 0 chance of dying. AMC can raise capital at a price now that is insane for them in smart dilution. It gets AMC to a position, like I said, that they haven't been in fucking ever. And it gives them the ability to get these predatory lenders out. Adam Aaron looked at Antara and goes, hey, I'm going to give you an opportunity. Here's 68 cents. Here's the ape. This gives me enough to get my vote passed, hopefully. I'm looking at the long run instead of the short term. I will give you a short-term loan that doesn't benefit me to give me the ability to get my shares, my 550 million shares. Gives me the ability now to get billions. And all I had to do was give up. Like I said, everybody sits there and instantly goes, Antara, or they own 17%, they're gonna fucking, I think it goes on to 10. Well, after he dilutes, guess what? This percentage right here, if he dilutes 105 million, that goes way down. Now they don't own that much. On top of that, guess what? What do? Predatory lenders get the shares. And then what do predatory lenders do? You guys were here. You guys were fucking here for Silver Lake. You guys were here for fucking Mudrick. What do these guys do? They get the shares and they sell at the top. So what they did is they look over and go, I can get it at 68 cents, convert over, sell, and get the fuck out of AMC. That is what they're going to do. Right here. That is what this company will do. They're going to pass the conversion, make the money, get the fuck out. And guess what that does? Now it gives Adam Aaron the ability to pay off the bonds and get him the fuck out all the way and never do it again. He looks over at it and goes, all right, these predatory lenders can keep coming over, keep fucking us up. And yes, he should have fucking, like I said, Adam Aaron fucked up. He should have sold us ape. He should have sold all of us ape. It was 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. He should have. Like I said, this was one of his biggest fuck ups. Was ape. It was mishandled. But it now gives him the ability to do what it was supposed to do. By converting it over to common, it gives him the ability to dilute smaller amounts to raise billions. So he's looking at it like, do a small handshake with the devil. That, for this brief moment, won't benefit me. But in the long run, if everything goes according to plan, it gives me now the opportunity to throw the devil out of my company, get new revenue streams, get debt free, get more money in the bank than we've ever had, get our credit up in case we ever do need to which they won't because they'll still have 400 million fucking common stock. This makes it so AMC, you will put AMC in a position because of this that they will never, ever, 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 ever again need to deal with predatory lenders. They will never, ever, 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 ever have to deal with these short sellers. Never. They will never need to do it again as a company. And no people, and anyone that's looking over at a short and looks over at AMC's and sees this is their ammo, who in the fuck in the right mind is going to take on this company? You have zero chance of getting fucking debt. Fractional shares will be sold off. If you have fractional shares, you're going to lose them. Sorry. I mean, that's not something to make me go, oh my God. I'm going to lose a fraction of a share. But like I said, if you guys zoom the fuck out. Like I said, I'm not saying this deal was good in any way, shape, or form. But if you look at the long run on it giving him the ability for this vote and it making a high success chance of it passing, that is why I can only think he did it. It's all about getting this vote, getting this fucking money that he cannot get anyway, other way, and getting these fuckers out of his company. But it's like, otherwise we're just going to keep seeing these random Antaras. We're going to keep seeing these random fucking lenders that have these bonds on us keep fucking us over. And it's like, why bother doing that? Why bother giving these short... Like I said, if I was just short and AMC accomplished this, paid off all of its debt, what the fuck are you shorting them for? And they have the ability to keep raising billions whenever the fuck they want. They have an army behind them. Like I said, if I was a short... I would be scared shitless of all these yeses. I really would be. Everybody looking at this, it's like, think about it, you guys. It's just like this, just like AA did. Doing a deal with the devil, yes, it might put out 105 million shares out into the open, but if we keep spending money, like I said, you guys, you're in a short squeeze play. You have an opponent. That opponent is still spending money, still spending money, still spending money. If that opponent keeps spending money and you guys just go, I've done enough. I've done enough. Fuck AA. Fuck AMC. Fuck fundamentals. This guy loves hearing that. Because you're not looking at your play versus him. You're not looking at the big picture. You're not looking at the short squeeze. You're looking at what he wants you to look at. You're looking at, I'm a child, and this should have happened already, and I want it now. And I'm not saying, like I said, you guys, this shit has gone on forever. And yes, we should have squeezed. And yes, there's fucking corruption like I've never fucking seen. But I'm sure, you know what you're climbing. And this is my point. You know you're climbing Mount Everest. That is like going halfway up the mountain and saying, Billy, I've climbed enough. And this other dude's up here fucking racing. You're in a race. This other dude's up here fucking stabbing away. Dude, this fucker's climbing, climbing, and climbing. And you go, I've climbed enough. But I want... But just pretend I'm at the top. That's pretty much what it is. But pretend I'm at the top. You gotta keep climbing, guys. You gotta keep fucking fighting. This shit is fucking insane. I've told you guys how deep this swamp runs. The swamp is deeper than fuck. It's deeper than fuck. Think about it. If they control the stock market price, if they control the market, okay, you have a short squeeze opponent. You're going against fucking hedge funds. Here, you got hedge funds, you got market makers, you got banks, brokers, clearing houses, politicians, regulators. This is who you're fighting versus, okay? That's a pretty fucking strong opponent. This is what we're fighting. This is not going to be fucking easy. It's not going to be some like, oh man, everybody's still talking about this GNS guy. Talk to me about GNS in about 3 months. It's got the hype. It's got the fab. Everyone's jumping over. It's got the small float so it can rise up in price really fast. Really fast. It's got no employees. It's losing money, and it's giving convertible notes like crazy. But no one cares. Everyone just ignores it. But look at the prices going up. There's more to daily price action, especially in a squeeze play. This is not going to be easy. These guys are cheating by the day. What is one thing they can't control? AMC's fundamentals. That is what we can control. We can control if the company is debt-free. We can kill their short thesis. And we can give AMC, by doing this, a fucking chest of 400 million shares that no other company's got out there. I don't think people understand this weapon right here. Like I said, how do companies raise money? You guys, how do companies raise money? It's either bonds. Number one, they either do it through profit. They do it through bonds. They do it through offerings. This is the best way for them to raise capital. All CEOs like to do this, or they like to do this. Why? Because this gives them the ability to potentially raise billions, hundreds of millions. Instantly, like instantly. And all of a sudden, in one day, your entire company can change overnight. Everything about it. They can't go here. Right here is not happening. But this offering, like I said, can kill everything about this play for them. Yeah, 400 million in the bank. Who in the fuck would short that? Like I said, these dudes are at this point completely fucked. Everything about the play for them on their side, their aspect is fucked over. But all people can focus on is AAA might drop 105 million shares. But again, these guys, these hedge funds need to go out and buy these shares to cover their spot. They're not going to go out and buy them now because it's at 50, 60 bucks, 70 bucks, $48, when they could still buy them now at 5, 6, 7. If they're not doing this now, this is no different from here to here, you guys. There's no different from their point of view. The value is still the same. So this 105 million will not be gobbled up by them. Antara will sell the second it converts and makes hundreds of millions, hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars. And they'll be out of the company. So everybody worrying about them, they will be gone a day after. It will be Silver Lake all over again. But it'll be Silver Lake that ends up not just doing what Silver Lake did, where we got fucked over. It'll be Silver Lake that leads to this. Leads to us being able to raise billions. Getting these fuckers out. These predatory fuckers out. So this shit stopped happening finally. That is what I'm most worried about. Is these fucking predatory lenders continuously screw us. You owe us billions of dollars. Give us fucking these AMC. Give us APE. Give us this. Give us discounts. Give us this. Give us more. And AMC doesn't have more to keep giving these fuckers. These prices are before the reverse split, and the 60, 70, 80 are after the reverse split. But you had all these people going, AA should have sold some shares when we were at 40, 50, 60 bucks. Well, now we can, and now they don't want them to. Because there might be a whole 105 million more shares added to the float that apparently retail can't buy that much. Apparently we don't have enough money for that. I know a shit ton of people that will be buying the fuck out of this. This will be bought by retail. This will be bought by institutions. And it's not going to be bought by the hedge funds that everyone's worried about to give them control of this. Like I said, it's just crazy. Some of this shit people are coming up with is fucking crazy, dude. AA is going to drop 500. He's going to give them all 500 million. Why? When he can do 100 million of them and get them the fuck out of the company. And have more money than he's ever had. Why would he ever drop any of these unless it completely makes sense? Or he can make a killing on them. If you're debt-free and have billions in the bank, as any CEO would, no CEOs out there going to go, I have $2 billion in the bank. I'm barely burning money at this point. I have new revenue streams coming in. Let me drop another 105 more million just because, and then tell my shareholders, we got all this money. They're not going to do that, dude. This alone fixes everything. This alone gives us more ammo than we've ever fucking had. You didn't just refill the war chest. You put 4 of them side by side. And then you gave them a massive base listing price of 40, 50, 60. Like I said, guys, AMC's debt is in the billions. People act like it's not a big deal. Raising billions of dollars is not easy. It's not like everyone just start paying off this shit, start paying this off. For AMC to get to where they need to be making a shit ton of profit to even get these paid off. To get all this stuff going where they need it to be. Like I said, this offering is not only getting Billy his lifeline, it's giving Billy his surgery. It's giving Billy his brand new blood. It's giving him his medicine. It's giving him time off work to recuperate. This literally takes Billy out of the hospital. 1,000%. Little Billy is leaving the fucking hospital after this. And the only things that happened for the shorts is cost to borrow for maybe a month went down. But the base price went up to offset that for new shorts. But for Billy, he's home. He's walking over to his mom. He's got new legs, dude. He's fucking jacked. He's got a brand new look at life, dude. And these shorts over here now have a dead short thesis. They're now shorting a #1 company in its industry. Now you're shorting what? That free company. Billions. You're shorting a company that has, I mean, look at how much money this could raise. How many billions could 400 million more make? And I'm not saying he's going to drop those. He never would. But the fact is, if you're a short seller, you're going to look over and see that he can. Holy fuck, he has 400 more million shares he can go. Even if it goes down to 20, that's a lot of fucking money. Like I said, to me, if this all gets passed, everyone relaxes when Antara fucking sells right away. Because they're gonna. When they convert, Antara sells, it's Silver Lake all over again. You're going to hear the nonstop, AA fucking sold us out, AA sold us out, and then AA's going to dilute this. Good. It's all what we want, guys. So when this happens, ignore the FUD, ignore the fucking people freaking out. It's all these crybabies that can only go, I'll have less shares. Well, again, is it easier to sell 1 bag of gold? Like I said, during a short squeeze, you could be getting partially filled if you have massive orders. And guess what that could do? Delay, 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 and you could be losing a ton of money. Do you have a better chance of selling 1 bag at that time during the freak market, or do you have to sell 5 bags of gold of bronze to get just to that 1 piece of gold? Like I said, people are looking at the wrong shit. People are not looking at the big picture, and people are not looking at the play we got in, the short squeeze. Killing the short thesis is a massive deal. I don't care if everyone wants to sit there and go, GME, GME, GME. GME, again, NFT marketplace failed. GME doesn't have 400 more million shares that they could go at after this. GME doesn't have they would have over $2.2 billion. GME doesn't have new revenue streams. As I showed you, GME actually went back to a dying business model. They're not the same play. They're not the same play. So just because it doesn't happen in one instance doesn't mean it's going to not happen in another. No, the CUSIP ID being changed, man, it's not going to do anything. The only thing it's going to do is make it, like I said, it's going to be just like Ape. They're going to now come over, they'll have less shares shorted, but the value of those shares will be higher. And then what that will do is make it harder for them to close a short position because it costs more right off the bat. Then to open up a new short position, it costs the shorts more per position. That's good. And guess what? So now what you're doing is making it, after all of this, you're making it harder for shorts. Why? Again, you're making it harder or more expensive to open a single position. Now, what does that mean? At this point, you lowered the float. Okay? So now the float was that be at 250 million. You lowered the shit out of it by hundreds of millions. So for them coming over and opening one short position at a higher rate with a way less float, that's way better for all of us than them having a massive float, being able to open up tons of short positions, being able to cover those short positions at a less cost. So when, let's say the margin guy comes, he's like, you need to cover 100,000, and they just pop it off at less. Like I said, man, this completely fucks the shorts over. It completely fucks the shorts over. %99 of penny stocks won't fall. Yeah, like I said, man, how much good comes out of this for like other investors? Like I said, good God, if I was an institution or something, and I looked over, and all of a sudden AMC in one day paid off $5 billion in debt almost, have billions in the bank. They're the #1 theater company. They now have the ability to raise more cash at will, and raise it at high rates because their fucking stock is expensive at that point. That's a pretty attractive stock to me. That's a company now can get into a whole bunch of shit they never could have. They're no longer just a theater company if they want. They can become an entertainment one. They can do a shit ton of stuff. Now I might want to buy, because now I also look at it and go, well, they have the apes. It has high short interest. Now FOMO's kicking in. Now you have these institutions kicking in. Now you have other people buying back in on AMC. It's harder for them and more expensive for them to open up a short position. They'll be more volatile because you have less shares. Now this gets harder and harder and harder and harder and harder for shorts to predict what the fuck's going to happen. Like I said, if I was a short, this would scare the living fuck out of me. Scare the living fuck out of me. I'm shorting a company that can raise billions at any point, at any time. And do it at 50, 40, 60, 70, who knows what it'll go to, a share. Do you know how many companies would die to be able to raise capital at $50, $60, $70 a share? Like I said, everybody that tells you guys, oh my God, he's paid off because he's sticking up for A. I'm not sticking up for A at all. I don't give a fuck about Adam Aaron right now at this point. I don't give a fuck. If he does this, the company has tools to do whatever the fuck they want, raise so much money. Like I said, these fucking shorts would be so fucked. And at that point, these predatory lenders are gone, and this Silver Lake shit, this fucking Antara shit, it stops. It stops. read this. The options chain on the new one. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm sure it'll come out right away. But like I said, man, this thing for us as holders, as short squeeze per everything, this helps you. Everyone that says all they have to say is this, well, they just love AA and they're just a shill and paid by AA. Adam Aaron has never had contact with me in my fucking life. Are you kidding me? Yes, Adam Aaron he gives a fuck about me as a YouTuber so fucking much. I've asked the fucker to talk. He's never responded to me and he never will. I'm a fucking nobody. People think that these guys literally give a shit to come pay me. Are you kidding me? I still have yet to have any affiliations. People, are you going to cry because I took $52 today in Super Chats when Grandpa Barney, again, was $49.99 of it? I don't tell people to give me Super Chats. I tell you guys to not give me Super Chats. And I teach you this shit so you don't do Super Chats and you realize how fucking dumb they are. Said just because you don't agree with the way somebody looks at it, just because you think fundamentals don't matter. Why does a short a stock? Because the fundamentals of the company are shit or bad, and the price will go down. And maybe the fucking company will go bankrupt. That is why they're going in there. That is why they attacked the company in the first place. When all of this is gone, new short sellers aren't going to come over and go, let's go hit up AMC. When you kill the short thesis, more and more shorts aren't going to keep jumping onto that fucking stock. They're not going to go, well, fuck, let's try and fuck up AMC when they have billions and billions at their disposal. No one's going to fucking do that. Like I said, you're getting more people on our side for FOMO, and you're getting less short sellers jumping in. And you're making it harder for them to get new shorts. The only thing I can say about Adam Aaron right now is, all right, we tried our shit. We did what we are doing. He tried his shit. It didn't fucking work. It was a massive fucking failure. But now what he did is he looked over at a fucking lender and he goes, all right, let me try and do something that in the long term, it might not look so pretty the first day. The day the conversion happens, the day he dilutes, the stock might drop a little bit, but it might go right back up from fundamentals. That's the other thing people can't look at. They might short the shit out of the stock, but if AMC suddenly debt-free, that company and that stock's value goes up dramatically. Just off natural stock. So just because the first day, like I said, cost of borrow will go down. Price might drop a little bit. Obviously, it's going to be dropping because he will be diluting. So when I went and said, because I think what will happen is it'll be about 66 after the conversion. That's why I was doing like 57. I figure why he dilutes, obviously it's going to keep dropping. But if this is his average cost, when we got to that $6 billion in the beginning, I just wanted everyone to know that's how we came up with that. But like I said, the first day, just like AA, it doesn't look pretty when I did this deal and I took the raw fucking shaft of the deal. But this makes sure I got Antara's fucking yeses, and it gives me this. We need to look at it and go, I know Adam Aaron might drop 105 million fucking shares. But in the long run, what does that do to the shorts? Fucks them up. For everyone that says you're done buying, you spent enough, okay, well then sit on the sideline and chill the fuck out and wait and let us do our fucking thing. Simple. Stop bitching. It's already hard enough for people. Stop trying to start shit. If I've already spent all my money and I'm done with this, okay, then chill the fuck out and wait. That's all you gotta do. Don't be a fucking troll in the community. If you're done buying, if you're done backing your play, you got into a short squeeze play, like I said, your opponent's gonna spend money. I'm telling you right now. Your opponent will keep spending money up the ass until they can't. So if you believe that we don't need to anymore and we can just sit there and fuck it, we will lose. Like I said, that's fine. Don't go support them. Don't do whatever. But don't dog other fucking people for going out and saying, "Hey, let's support AMC." I literally got called a paid shill because I told people to buy popcorn. You want you want people to support their company through their business? What a fucking paid shill by AA. Yes. AA called me up and said, "Brian, please, dude. Please, Brian. I need you to give it to say people buy popcorn." Ah, shit cracks me up, oh. Shit cracks me up, dude. Don't even read the chat. No, I don't read the chat, buddy. A lot of times I don't read the chat. It's a lot of trolling or I get thrown off topic. I read the chat at the end. And now I'm reading the chat. So, any questions? Any concerns, any comments on what I went over? Anything I'm incorrect about, please, I love to learn. Teach me. Let's go. Brackets are for pump and dumpers, exactly, man. Don't put a bracket on it. Don't listen to anyone's bracket. Make your own. Check my DMs. I mean, that's pretty badass. So like I said, he's still looking at more. Obviously, these theaters probably are contingent on if all this goes through. If the votes pass and they're able to raise that capital, yes, like I said, they're going to keep going out and buying brand new theaters. And they're going to close underperforming one because that's how a theater chain gets profitable. So that is awesome, dude. That would be sweet. So everyone in Sacramento, you might be getting some AMC theaters, dude. What's the ape supposed to get rid of? Debt? Ape was created to get rid of debt and raise capital until they could get cash flow positive. That was why Ape was created. Saudi Arabia, AMC has partnered with 7. They're going to have 50 theaters. They will use AMC's branding. They will use AMC's popcorn. They'll use AMC's logo. AMC has 0 up cost on these theaters. It's pure profit. So Saudi Arabia is the 10th largest IMAX. So these Saudi Arabia, getting this money from Saudi Arabia is huge. Said it's 0 up cost. It's just pure profit in one of the largest IMAX places of demand. Like I said, these are sweet. This is stuff you want to keep seeing. Free money for a logo all day. All right. I checked my DMs. Can I say my brackets? Dude, I don't have a bracket, bro. My bracket is be smart. You know how many shares you have. You know how much money you should need to make or want to make or blah, blah, blah. That's all you, man. I'm not going to tell you what I think. Exactly. We're not going to need no brackets where we're going. Like I said, guys, this is, to me, yes across the board. It's yes on 1. It's yes on 2. I'm ready to give AA the ability to get rid of these predatory lenders. I don't believe this. The amount of shares he could drop, I don't think hurts us in any way, shape, or form. Like I said, for cost to borrow might go down for a month. Big deal. Start shooting right back up. And the base price, when it does shoot back up, will be 50, 60, 40. So it'll be super fucking expensive. Like I said, guys, this is... Everyone that doesn't want it realizes what this gives Adam Aaron. What it gives AA. And all these people are just like, I don't like Adam Aaron. I don't give a fuck if you like Adam Aaron or not. I don't like fucking Adam Aaron at times. I literally could care less if Adam Aaron was the CEO of AMC or not. Like, he's never done this thing where I'm like, oh, great. But what this does, like I said, what it accomplishes, what it gives them to fight shorts, the company, us, because again, us making our company debt-free is how you fight the shorts. You kill their thesis. There's just not enough to where this would hurt us. It's not. There's not enough that Adam Aaron's going to dilute that will kill the short squeeze. There's not enough Adam Aaron's going to put out to where everybody's like, oh, the hedge funds. Again, let me ask you this one more time. If I'm a hedge fund and this gets approved, and all of a sudden Adam Aaron sells 105 million shares to the market, okay? I am a hedge fund. I'm short AMC. Comes over now, I'm looking over it, I'll say, boom, like I said, 105 million. They raised the $6 billion. If I'm this short now, I'm looking, why the fuck would I go, all right, price is 60, 50, whatever the fuck it is, okay? The price right now is at $5. If they're not covering now, why would they buy these to cover? They're not gonna. They're gonna say, fuck it. I hope retail doesn't buy these. And AA doesn't get as much money as he needs to. That's what they're gonna hope. They're going, I need to lower this down. I need to bash the fuck out of the stock. I need as many motherfucking FUD dudes out there as I can possibly do. And then I need to go for the main tubes. We need to do it all on overdrive. Because if they do buy this, if retail buys this, gives AMC $6 billion, there's nothing left for them. The shorts are dead in the fucking water. They are. Again, he has 400 million after that. Jesus. No one in their right mind would fucking short somebody after this. A company. No one in their fucking right mind would short a company after this. Unless you're stuck. And with how much retail buys, you're telling me we can't buy that faster than fuck? That's not that many shares. Yeah, tomorrow me and Houston Wade are going to be doing a live stream for a little bit. Anything we get, all of his views, all that stuff, we're all going to give to charity, hopefully. I can't remember what charity he picked out. It was... somebody said it in here, actually. Houston... I can't remember what charity he picked out, actually. But we're going to be doing just a little talk. We're going to talk about AA. We're going to talk about this vote. We're going to talk about market corruption. He has a good point of view. He made me think about AA, so I'm actually pretty excited to talk to him about it, show him my counterpoints to his counterpoints, because he's not a fan of AA. He's not a fan of this move. He's not a fan of voting this dilution. He's not a fan of any of this. He thinks we should just wait, let him keep giving out APE, and he thinks AA screwed us. So I'm glad to have a conversation with somebody that feels that way. Hopefully we can get more people realizing what the fuck's going on and look at the bigger picture of voting yes, instead of the 100 million dilution. Man, I don't think anybody's going to be fucking investing after this shit, dude. Most of us are going to be using that money to be either... I'm going to get the fuck out of here, man. Like I said, I'll probably open up a little puppy thing. That's my goal, man. Get the fuck out of this shitty-ass fucking corruption. Just get away. Go get a cabin. Go get a whole bunch of land. I bought a whole bunch of land, build a cabin on it. Get a whole bunch of pups and have some fun. That's the dream. Any idea on the potential unknown catalyst? I mean, phase 6, we got 5 weeks till phase 6. 6 months contracts renew. That, again, will make it harder for them to continuously short, so that's what's up. How are the shorts dead? They don't play by the rules. Again, if I'm a short, and he sold this much money, or he sold this many shares, retail bought it up because that's who's backing this entire play, and that's who my opponent is. AMC now raised $6 billion. They're now debt-free. They now have the ability to sell 400 more million shares. At that point, I'm a short going, what the fuck am I shorting this company for? They literally would have $2 billion in the bank just from this alone. They would literally be debt free from this alone. They still have 400 million shares if he ever needed to do another offering. If you're a short, this gives AA the ability to raise like I said, like $18 billion. Maybe even fucking more. Who knows? If he does it all right. What short's going to look over and go, hey, fuck, I'm going to short this company, when at this point they would have 400 million in debt and still be able to raise that much. So if I'm a short, yeah, I would consider this shorting this a pretty fucking dead play. I'm shorting a company that cannot go under. I'm shorting a company that's about to be profitable. I'm shorting a company that has new revenue streams right around the corner. I'm shorting a company that could get $16 more billion if they really fucking needed to fuck us up. Like I said, everything shorts are fighting. Like I said, this fucks them up completely. This 105 million, like I said, they're not going to buy it. They didn't buy it at $5. They didn't buy it at $6. They're not going to buy it at 60, 50. They're going to let us buy this up. The only people that might get involved in this are some of the predatory lenders, and they'll go, hey, cut us a deal. And we'll give you a bigger percentage off on your debt. I could see maybe this happening. At worst, he might do a private offering to somebody. But the majority of this is going to all come to us. Which, like I said, this doesn't hurt our short squeeze play at all. You don't lose. Bone, again, that is the dumbest argument I've ever seen in my entire fucking life. Again, let's do this one more time. But Bigums, I have 2,000 shares. Again, you put this order out during a MOAS. You do this during a short squeeze. It gets partially filled. Now the price drops. Now you have more people going out. You have all these orders, all these orders, all these orders. It's going to be easier to fill an order, a smaller order, worth more, because they're still out there grabbing and grabbing and grabbing during the short squeeze, during the MOAS. They're buying up fucking everything. This 200 has a better chance of getting filled really quickly compared to 2,000. You're more concerned about being able to sell 2,000 bags of bronze instead of 200 bags of gold that have the same exact worth. The same worth. You worrying about your number of shares is insane. You're also now not going, well, there's a lot more shares out there, so it'll be less volatile compared to this other way. This will be more volatile because there's a lot less float. The float is cut in half. You have FOMO. You have investors. You now have a potential catalyst in FOMO coming back in. And all you're worrying about is, but I want to be able to sell 2,000 bags of bronze when it'll be harder than me selling 200 bags of gold because this number is smaller than this number. And that's all that matters. Is this number smaller than this number? Let me ask you this. Is it easier to sell 20 BMWs? Or would it be easier to sell 2,000? What's a shit car? Volkswagen Beetles, dude. Like I said, the number argument to me is the dumbest argument. Because you're not losing anything. You're losing the number of shares, but again, that means you have to sell less, or you have to, you're going to have, like I said, you're going to be able to fill that order way easier of 200 than 2,000. And again, about the 550, last thing I'm going to say, like I said, if you sell 105 million shares and you pay off your debt and have all this money and you're about to be profitable and you're about to have all these new revenue streams, at this point right here, as a CEO, you would look over and go, there is no reason in any way, shape, or form for me to give out more shares at this point and justify it to my shareholders. We're debt free. We have billions in the bank. We have more than we've ever had. The only possible way at this point after this he would dilute again was maybe, let's say there's a theater chain out there that he could sell. They're selling it for super cheap, and he's like, I can maybe sell 5-10 million shares and get this company. Okay, but other than that, he's not going to be selling massive amounts of stock after this. It's going to be one big fucking dilution, raising a shit ton of cash, getting rid of the debt, like I said, and then from there, it's just a war chest. From here, it's just a number to scare off shorts. What, you want to short my company? Well, I have 400 million shares of stock to counter anything you fucking do. That's it. That's it. That's all it is, you guys. There is no reason that in any world whatsoever a fucking CEO would raise billions of dollars, pay off his debt, have 400 million shares, and go, I'm going to start giving these hedge funds some leeway here on my last 400 million debt. I'm going to go ahead and just give these shares out at no reason. Like I said, there's no reason at this point. One and done, fuck them up. All right, y'all. I'm going to go, though. It's almost fucking 1 a.m. Thank you guys for listening. I hope this clears up a lot of shit, a lot of confusion, a lot of FUD. I hope you realize if you're saying yes, what you're now providing. I hope you realize if you are saying yes, you're not hurting the short squeeze in these ways these people are saying. Like I said, just because these shares go out there doesn't mean the hedge funds will scoop them up. Just because these shares go out there doesn't mean he's going to give them to them at a discount. He gave them to predatory lenders that had leverage. This takes away their leverage. It takes it away from Adam Aaron. It takes all their leverage away. And it puts it to us. Yeah, but he doesn't pay off the debt, does he? If you gave Adam Aaron $6 billion, if you give any CEO $6 billion and they don't pay off the debt, how could you justify that? Like, you're literally going, Adam Aaron's going to get $6 billion, but he might not put it on the debt. What the fuck would he put it on? If Adam Aaron raised $6 billion, it's not like he's going to go, I'm going to set it in the bank and fuck it. No, he's going to fucking pay debt down. Why? Because it can get rid of interest and it can save them even more money. It boosts their credit. Like I said, it does so much shit for them, it's not even funny. No one raises $6 billion and then doesn't pay off the debt. Like I said, that's crazy. Y'all crazy, man. Victims, you have to wait 10 times longer to hit my price. There's less shares. A shit ton less shares. It has a lot better chance to getting those prices. Bro, he did buy something else than pay the debt. He bought a mine one time. You are correct. He also didn't get handed $6 billion. If AA has $6 billion, what do you think he's going to do with it? You think he's going to go invest billions in other companies? Is that what you're telling me? You think he's going to go do? No, the only thing he can possibly do is pay debt. You can't tell me because he bought a gold mine once, if he gets $6 billion, he won't touch the debt. That's crazy. That's crazy, dude. That ain't make no sense. Alright, y'all. I will probably try and go live here again. What day is it? Tuesday. Almost tomorrow. So I'll probably try and go live again Thursday night. There's a lot of shit going on in ISDA that I want to go over. I want to show a lot of people what's going on with this reporting system as well. But like I said, guys, to me, this literally kills shorts. It kills the shorts, and this is why they're fighting it so hard. And all they're going to focus on the next couple days is telling you the dilution of the stock. Again, not all stocks have a movement of 4 million people ready to buy the stock once it's diluted. AMC is not like other companies. It's just not. I'm sorry. It's just not. All right, y'all. Have a good night.